Hey guys, so I have some cards to share with you. Not very many, but one of them is going away tomorrow. So I just wanted to get them done now, and I'm also a little bit ready to work on something else for a while. So, um, anyways, I guess I'll get started with my least favorite card that I've made thus far. Um, so here it is. So my mother did not buy a congratulations on your graduation card when we were at Dollar Tree. My cousin graduated from high school. So she asked me to make her a card, and so I did. Um, and my mother is going to the graduation celebration tomorrow. I'm not. I'm not much of a family get-together type of person. I like going out to dinner with my aunts and my uncles, but anything else, no. I'm just not a party goer. I'm very much a homebody. But anyways, this paper down here, pattern paper down here, was scrap paper that Leslie sent me. And I got this sentiment out from a Sizzix die that Bonnie had given me. And I had colored the paper myself with inks. I don't know if I have the scrap around here. Yeah. With inks, and I cut it out. And it ended up blending way too much with this. But it was already too late. I had glued it down. So then I went over with a clear jelly roll that Bonnie gave me. And it brought it out a little bit. I did some dry embossing with a Tim Holtz embossing folder that Bonnie gave me for the top. And then this is a Dollar Tree sticker. So that would be the card. I think it turned out okay. But like I said, it's not my favorite. I wasn't in the mood to do this card. So usually if I'm not in the mood to do it, I generally don't have much inspiration, and it never turns out very good if I don't feel like doing it. I don't know how else to explain it. Okay, so next one is a Christmas card, and I used this Recollections stamp set that Bonnie gave me. And it had this Nutcracker colored and sitting in various places for a while now. He's not colored very well, but he's colored decently enough. And because I'm still trying to figure out the best way to color with the supplies that I have. So, yeah. I'll leave it at that. So I decided to use him so that he, wasn't just sitting, because I didn't want to throw him away, because I didn't think he was a complete and utter disaster. Card base came from Bonnie. The card base for that congratulations card came from Bonnie also. This ornament paper in the background, this came from the 'Tis the Season DCWV stack that Bonnie gave me. And I really love this sentiment. I think this font is extremely whimsical. And I don't know, I just love it. And I put it on the back of some scrap glitter paper that I have. And I think it looks pretty neato. Tied some 1/8 inch satin ribbon around it a few times. And so that's the card. I'm pretty happy with how it came out. I like the red and the blue for Christmas. I think it's, it's a little bit different than the general Christmas colors, and I think it works. Okay, so This next card I made using one of the new stamp sets that I got. I believe this background paper is My Mind's Eye So Sophie stack. I think it is. I'm not positive because I put it away. And this glitter paper was some scrap that I had. Used my corner punch. I cut out a banner, stamped the happy birthday from that same stamp set. Chance, how many times do I have to tell you not to scratch the box spring? You have your scratcher right there. Chance, don't you meow at me. Cats. I colored it with these lip bloom markers that Bonnie had given me a while ago. And on the inside I stamped, I know how much women your age enjoy a new floral moo moo. It's stamped a little bit to the left too much and a little bit crooked. That's why I need to make myself a stamp-a-majig. But I'm really happy with how the card turned out, and I think it's really cute. And it's simple. It took me a long time because apparently I'm the slowest crafter on earth, but nothing much I can do about that. It's like every time I watch a video from Kay Werner Design, she's my favorite person to watch on YouTube as far as card making goes, you know, because she has a lot of great process videos and they're fun to watch. And you know, she makes the cards in like under 15 minutes. And here I am, you know, I could be making the same card and it'd take me an hour. It's like, I don't know what's happening. But I just move excruciatingly slow sometimes, it seems. Okay. Now, the last card took me a really long time to do. It's a long one. And what I had done was I had taken a strip of white paper and I took various shades of green stamp ink that Bonnie gave me and I just made a blended, you know, varied color background and I cut it out 2 inches by 2 inches, I believe it is. And I took this Stampendous foliate, I didn't know that was a word. Foliate quad cube that my mother had gifted to me for Christmas last year. But she had had the stamp for 10 years and never used it, so she's like, oh, I'll gift it to my daughter. Anyways, you know, I saw this very stamp at, I think it was Joann's. Either the last time or the time before I was there. And this is what is it? A 2002 stamp, so who knows? Maybe they still have it at your Joann's, or maybe the Joann's I go to now has had this stamp sitting on their shelves for a decade. I don't know. But anyways. So after I made the colored background and cut it out, you know, the 2-inch squares, then I'd stamp in black ink a foliage pattern. And then they're matted on this green doily patterned paper that I got from Leslie. It was a scrap of paper and I just matted it on there. And this thank you die cut was from Bonnie, and I was really struggling with this card because I didn't want to use the Inka Dinka Doo thank you stamp that I had. because the font was so wonky. You know, it looked too childish to put on a card like this. So I ended up die cutting a thank you from a die that Bonnie gave me, and it was too big. So I put it at an angle, and I ended up having to cut off the Y, but I don't think it looks bad. This is some organza ribbon that I've had for a long time. And it's kind of too wide of a ribbon to be on a card, but it was sheer and I liked it. And then the inside, this flower gets cut out with the thank you sentiment. So I just glued that in there, and then I put white in the center. And then I made a super long envelope. Luckily, I don't think I'll be making too many of these cards because I only have a few sheets of this really thin white 12 by 12 paper. Because you can't, an 8.5 by 11 sheet of paper isn't big enough to make an envelope for these cards. But anyways, those are my 4 cards. Thank you for watching, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.